let's move on. SREI Infrastructure subsidiary, SREI Equipment Finance, will raise up to 500 crores through NCDs, non-convertible debentures. Annualized coupon rate of 9.75%. Hemant Kanoria now joins in. Hemant, good morning. 2 months back, this would have looked really great, but in the current environment, you think it makes sense to raise this kind of money at this kind of coupon rate?
No, we had already made an announcement, and by the time the interest rates come down, I'm seeing that it will take another about 3 to 6 months, though the bankers are all looking at reducing the interest rates. But by the time it gets implemented and the trickle-down effect takes place in the economy, it is another 3 to 6 months down the road. So therefore, and we are continuously in the raise of money because we are in the financing business, and this is a very small amount that we are coming out with. So therefore, it is not going to make any dramatic difference in the cost of funds for us, and because this is basically more on the retail side of raising the money, and that is why we have launched this, and it has had a very good response also because the interest rates are coming down, so we'll be able to close the issue very soon. And after that, whenever we are coming out with it, we'll see that what the market rates are, and accordingly we'll reduce the rates also.
Hemant, if you're raising the money at over 9%, 9.5%, then you will be lending it also over 10%. Won't the banks be undercutting you?
No, because you see at present also, though we see that the bankers have announced that the interest rates have been reduced, but to the borrowers, the interest rate has not yet reduced.
For home loan guys.
Power sector. Yeah,
Hemant, it has, so I would assume down the line it would impact other borrowers as well?
Yeah. So therefore you see that basically the bank interest rate will also come down, but it is going to take time. In the last couple of years also, the RBI has been announcing the reduction of interest rates. But if you look at it, that how many borrowers have been able to get that benefit and to what extent, maybe 0.5% to 1%, which is negligible. So therefore, we have been always telling that if RBI or the government has to create a kind of an environment where the interest rates are coming down, it has to be done as at a large amount at one instance. It cannot be in small measures, because if it is 25 basis points, 50 basis points, it is not going to cause any kind of reduction in the interest rate to the borrowers and make any positive effect. And today also there are companies, because there are large number of power companies and infrastructure companies who are even doing well, and still they are paying 14-15% interest to financial institutions and banks. So there's a lot of disconnect which is happening, where people are feeling that the interest rates are coming down, but actually the borrowers are not getting that benefit.
Sure. Hemant, morning. Can you tell us a little bit more about disbursement, about loan growth in the equipment financing business? What are you expecting to see over the next 3 to 6 months?
It was growing well, but after the demonetization, which happened from the 8th of November, so there has been some reduction in the growth for this particular quarter, we'll see. But there's no substantial reduction, because it was just because people were just getting themselves readjusted to the environment and how they would be doing business going forward. So, and everyone was caught up. And we've seen that, they convert the rupees which they have, their withdrawals. So therefore, everyone was more involved in the day-to-day activities than to look at any kind of growth. But I think that from this quarter onwards, again, we'll see the growth coming in, because the construction and mining sector is doing well. There are a lot of road contracts, irrigation contracts, which have been awarded by the government. So everyone would be dependent more on the EPC contracts, which are coming from the government. So,
I also wanted to ask you about, bad loans. Because of this demonetization period, are you likely to end up with more defaults for this Q3 and Q4?
Fortunately, it has not happened. Nothing has happened to us, and the defaults have not increased, because as it is, our clients were people who were paying by way of check. There was not much of cash collections or in their business also, because we are all construction, mining, healthcare equipment that we have been financing. So we have not seen much of an effect on any kind of defaults happening there.
What about the
in terms of disbursement, I just wanted to come back to that level. What kind of realistic growth would you be looking at in the second half? I think you're sitting on a base of around 5,500 crores as of last quarter. But what could the growth be?
So we have already given an indication, a guidance that we see this year there will be a growth in the business by about 25-30%. So we maintain that. And I'm sure that in this last quarter there will be a good growth because the construction contracts have not reduced. The mining contracts have also increased.
You were going to sell or list your bought assets, no? Build, operate, transfer assets. Any progress on that? Sell or list?
The road sector, we have a strategy that we had. Basically, we have been looking at private equity fund or strategy investor to come in and also the public market. So we are still evaluating all these three, but as you would appreciate in the last 2 months because of the demonetization and people are getting adjusted, the whole economy is getting adjusted to how to work with on a digital platform. And in November also the toll collections were stopped by the government. So therefore we thought that it is not an appropriate time to just launch the issue. But we will do it. So we'll either go in for either of these three modes to raise equity for the company.
Thank you, Hemant, for joining us this morning, and have a great 2017. We forgot to wish you.
Thank you.